Hey guys, welcome to another Pony 411 episode. This is episode 66 actually, and it is August 9th.
Wow.
I am Nemesis, and joining me is Alca7raz, as
Hello.
usual. Yeah. We're going to do something a little bit different than usual this week. We, of course, have our usual news stuff, and we're going to have a discussion topic which may play out a little differently than usual just because of how we're doing it. So,
Yeah.
just bear in mind we're experimenting a bit, so...
Might be a little rough around the edges.
Yeah. So, anyway, yeah. Like I said, news, not as much as usual, but still a significant amount. Of course, if you want to follow along with it, you can go to pony411.libsyn.com/show notes. You know, links and stuff are all there, which is helpful because some of this stuff needs pictures or you need to watch it or whatever.
Yep.
So, let's get going. In fandom news, because, yeah, no convention stuff this week, which blew my mind. The third installment of Bronies 2 is out, this time covering the fire of BronyCon 2012.
BronyCon.
Yeah. If you were there or knew about it, probably most people know about it, but still.
Yeah, apparently it was all Delancey's fault.
Yep. Oh well. Anyway. A Source filmmaker short based on a Fallout Equestria radio play. It's out. It's cool, actually. I watched it. It's like 7 minutes, almost 7 minutes long.
It's really well done. It's by Argo Damon.
Yeah. So, just check it out. Yeah, it's
Definitely something to look at.
Source filmmaker, so it's 3D.
It's Gmod ponies.
Yeah, it's the Gmod. Well, it's SFM versions because those are slightly improved.
Yeah.
So yeah, JanAnimations had a panel at Galacon, and some interesting things were discussed at it, namely the C&D, and they showed some of the stuff they were working on before the C&D, like Buttons Adventure 2 and whatnot. Apparently, the legal department or legal team that Hasbro uses never bothered to tell Hasbro that they was issuing the C&D, and so Hasbro had no idea that it had even been issued.
Nice.
So now JanAnimations and Hasbro are trying to work something out. So hopefully both parties will come to an agreement and things can continue.
Yes, that would be really awesome.
And this might also explain some other things that have been going on with the C&Ds.
People have been predicting that.
I've said it myself that I think Hasbro has no idea what the heck their legal team's doing.
Their legal team operates completely independently of the main Hasbro body.
So we're in this there. So merchandise news though, moving on. Seems some of the recent merchandise on the likes of Taobao with like cutie marks all over them is actually part of a new line called Cutie Mark Magic. There are some pictures on the MLP merch blog, including Sunset, Sweetie Drops, Twilight, Applejack, so on.
Cutie marks all over them.
Yeah, the cutie marks all over the place. It's like someone went crazy with the tampograph and just...
Or someone really liked that one episode. Cutie Pox, I believe it was.
Except they're all the same, so...
Yeah.
Anyway, further details on the Funko Mystery Minis Wave 2 have been revealed, including figure ratios and apparently a third Discord variant, which I did not know about until this picture came out.
Yeah, that's a new one.
So it's a glow-in-the-dark or a glitter or something, it looks like. I can't tell, really.
Oh, God. Glitter.
And, yes, so if you don't know, figure ratio is basically for every box that is shipped to a store, there's so many per and whatnot. And so you got the common ones, which are like 1 or 2 out of 18. 2 out of, stuff like that. Then you got the Hot Topic exclusives. All those are 1 out of 72.
Oh, dang.
So they are really, really rare, and they're only available on Hot Topic.
Yep.
Oh, except for people like Toy Wiz will probably get them and resell them anyway, but they're going to be pretty expensive.
Yeah.
So just know that. So, yes, 3 Discords in this set and whatnot. So, like for example, the black version of Twilight is 2 out of 18, but the normal colored version is 1 out of 18, so slightly rare, but not much. And yeah, both Discords are, you got 1 out of 18, another 2 out of 18, and 1 out of 72. So, yeah, if you're trying to get them through actually buying the boxes at the store, you're going to be prepared to buy a lot and get a lot of duplicates, especially if you're going for the rare ones.
Unless you know someone.
Yeah, all the Hot Topic exclusives, including the Glitter Discord, are 1 out of 72. So it's Glitter Discord, Spitfire, Fluttershy, and I think Lyra? Yes, Lyra, I believe.
Lyra, yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Mane-iac figures are now available in the Hasbro Toy Shop. No clue how long they last. It's basically until they're out, and this is hard to predict. It's never consistent, so you might want to hurry up and order one of
hopefully
them.
They'll still have them by the time this airs.
Yeah, hopefully, because as of right now, they're still both in stock, both the Equestria Girls and the Pony one. And here's also the thing about the Hasbro Toy Shop. I need to warn you that when the San Diego Comic-Con stuff goes up, it's going to be a while before they actually ship it out. They get so slammed with people trying to get the exclusives that it takes them a long time to get everything shipped out. So just know that it could be another month before you see them after order. So just be mindful of that if you do order off that. But yeah. In an odd bit of news, there are new piggy banks of Twilight Sparkle and Rainbow Dash out, or they're soon to be out, it looks like, and they're actually pig-shaped.
Yes, actually piggy
Yes,
banks.
piggy
but
banks.
They have wings and one of them has a horn-colored. Like,
Yeah. It's interesting. Yeah, the site selling them doesn't have them in stock right now, so either they were sold out very quickly or they're just listed but not available yet.
Surprised they didn't use Pinkie Pie for that instead. I think that would have just worked.
Piggy Pie. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that's the thing. If you want that, if you're interested in Equestria Girl stuff, movie accurate Equestria Girls dolls are now available in the U.S. They've been apparently available in the U.K. for a while, but yeah, these are movie accurate in the sense they actually have the accurate clothing from the movie, unlike I think previous Equestria Girls dolls, which have just been whatever.
Yeah, so Applejack actually has the right hat.
Yes, instead of some sort of bowler or whatever it was. It was odd. It was like a pink or blue. I don't remember. One of the two. Yeah, this is a brown Stetson. But yeah, they have the movie accurate clothes, $15 each. So if you want those, there you go. Finally, merchandise. If you ever wanted MLP Space Pants, well,
wouldn't.
Now's your chance. Apparently they're available at Target. Not sure how much they cost, but yeah, Space Pants.
Oh, time to go to Target. Get me some space pants.
Yeah, so fun. Yeah. In comic news, iTunes has released a preview of Friends Forever number 8. You know, the Applejack Rarity one. So there you go. Applejack Rarity going on a road trip. Shenanigans.
Shippers ahoy.
Anyway, speaking of previews, a longer preview of MLP issue 22 is now available. So before there's only a few pages, now there's even more pages available. So if you really want to spoil yourself, there you go. Equestria Daily has a write-up of the official comic panel from BronyCon, which has some interesting tidbits, including some stuff about where the comics are in regards to canon.
Ah, yes.
Which is something we've mentioned before, but basically it kind of confirms what we said, which is they're canon unless otherwise contradicted by the show, in which case the show is canon. And that has now been officially confirmed. And there have been a few times where they said if there is a contradiction, it just means something got by which no one caught, which happens. So yeah, it's just a few little interesting things. If you want to see that, read up on it. It's a nice little write-up. Organized, too. Anyway, Rainbow Rocks. The theater showtimes are now available for Canadian theaters. So if you're in Canada and want to see the movie,
there you go.
There you go. Yeah, you can start looking it up and see if it's in the theater anywhere near you. And finally, BronyCon press conferences for Andrea Libman and Claire Corlett with Ian Corlett are now available to watch on YouTube.
Nice.
So if you want to, just see those voice actors answering questions and whatnot, there you go. I haven't got a chance to watch them yet, but if you still, probably isn't going to be interesting. So that's the news. Yeah, got through that pretty quick. So anyway, today I was racking my brain about discussions stuff, and at the last second, kind of changed because we kind of remembered, hey, Legends of Equestria is up right now for the open server weekend. So we're like, why not do that while doing the show? So that's the thing is, neither of us have ever played around with any of the previous open weekends, and so we're just kind of going in like, okay, what is this thing like, really?
Yep. I basically just wanted to see if it would even work on my system.
Yeah, and well,
which it does mostly.
Yeah, barely.
But that's just something to my system. That's
your laptop
that's not a problem with the game.
Kind of, yeah. So, yeah, one of the things they've done is optimizations comparatively. So apparently, you would have had even worse time in older builds.
And for those of you who are curious, I don't have hardware acceleration.
Yeah.
If you don't know what that is, don't worry.
Also, fun fact: it is kind of doesn't like alt tabbing that much. Sometimes it just kind of kills itself when you alt tab. So be mindful of that if you're playing on Windows anyway.
Yeah.
Not sure about any other system, but yeah, Windows have it full screen, alt tab, and it will kind of have a tendency to crash.
I'm playing it in windowed mode, so.
Yeah, so Yeah, and let's see. As of right now, there are 6 servers. Although some they drop in and out of whether or not they're available because, well,
still, I think,
unfinished. I'm not sure if it's beta or alpha right now, but I'm pretty sure it's probably alpha because there's a
lot
of missing stuff.
This is probably considered alpha at this point.
So yeah. So what were your first impressions of this?
First impressions? Well, I was almost a little overwhelmed dealing with the character creation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not very good at that, but there was a few good options. It was noticeably lacking in a few areas and a little bit of glitchy things here and there. Like the color selectors were a little bit glitchy, but nothing out of the ordinary for an alpha. But I thought overall it was pretty good. Worked pretty well.
Yeah.
As I got into the game, it put me in Cloudopolis.
Yes.
Because they don't use the official names.
Which is weird because
I was
totally
immediately
fine with using
impressed.
Equestria, but nothing else.
Yes. I was immediately impressed, other than frame rate issues because of my machine.
Yeah, your machine ain't exactly the best.
It's not for this. But yeah, I was impressed. My first impression was, impressed.
So yeah, it does have a character creator, and you do choose between 3 races. You know, the Earth, Pony, Pegasus, and Unicorn. And apparently, I guess, depending on what you choose, will decide where you start. Like, he chose Pegasus, he started Cloudopolis. I chose Unicorn, I wound up in Cantermore. Canterlot. Get it?
Get it? Ha ha ha.
Yeah, so... Yeah, this is obviously very much unfinished because there's not a lot to do as of right now. We only found 2 quests so far.
One of them isn't working.
Yeah, one of them apparently is bugged out.
Yeah.
So...
I've heard of other quests, but haven't been able to do it. The only one I've done is finding rubies in the gem mine down in Ponydale.
Yes, it's Ponydale, not Ponyville, Ponydale.
Yes.
So, it's actually, the character creator is actually pretty good, all things considered. I mean, I've seen worse. I mean, there's not a whole lot, because, you can't go crazy with pony designs. I mean, you have to follow a standard template.
Yeah, you have to go with what they have available. And like the cutie marks, you can't upload your own.
Yeah,
which is probably a good thing.
Yeah, because someone would do something that no one wants to see.
Yeah, we got to keep this PG rated.
Yeah. And so, like, but you do have a full, like, color spectrum. You're not, like, you're like 8 colors or something. You have the full...
You can't... You have to pick between what options they have for hairstyles and main styles.
Yeah, which right now there's not a lot, but hopefully they'll be adding more.
As far as color goes, you have the full 24-bit color space.
Yes. Which allows quite a bit. Although, it's kind of glitchy in that sometimes if you manually enter color values, it kind of...
Yeah, I found if you want to manually enter them, raise your saturation slider. Right? No, it's a value slider is what it is. The brightness, darkness slider. Slide it all the way to the top before you put numbers in or it freaks out.
Yeah. But yeah, so... And there's also, you can change things like your pony size and horn size. I think wing size, maybe?
It's there, but I didn't see any change. I think it's broken.
Oh, it's probably broken. I don't know. So,
but yes, the option is there.
There's stuff for eyes, but none of it works, really. There's only one. You either got default or rarity right now, basically. And those are the only 2 that work, even though there's like 3.
Yeah.
And apparently for males, it doesn't work at all.
You're stuck with 1.
You can't be an alicorn.
Which is probably a good thing.
Yeah, they'll probably put something like mods can be alicorns or something on one watch.
Maybe.
Or admins. But let's see, what else was there? Yeah, hairstyles pretty limited, but there's a lot of the main 6 stuff is there. You got Pinky Rarity there for sure. It's Twilight sort of, although it looks more like mods.
There's kind of a Fluttershy one too.
Yeah. So, and most of the hairstyles support multiple colors as well. Mm-hmm. So,
most of them are 3 color.
Yeah, you can do 3 colors, but you can just change it if you want. Yeah. Choose something. Yeah, you could name your character, but it gives you a random one.
Yeah, it defaults with a random, but there's also a randomize button. It randomizes everything, name and styles.
Yeah,
and
my initial one was kind of cool because Dude Star.
Dude Star.
Dude Star. I changed it, but I'm going to use that again.
That's an awesome name.
Because I was like, I need that, but I need a crazy character. So, yeah, it's an MMO type thing, so it's not too, like, crazy out there if you know what an MMO is or how it works.
Yeah. The mechanics seem to follow your standard, you think like WoW or Guild Wars kind of a deal.
There's like a little chat box. There's global, local, party, herd, and whisper.
Yeah, I haven't used the party or herd. I'm not entirely certain what the herd is.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that quite is either. But yeah, you got sprint. You have to double tap. I kept saying shift because every single time, most games I play, it's like shift or something to use your sprint. Nope, that's just walk.
Double tap.
It's double tap forward.
So like Minecraft.
Yeah. And you got to jump. You can fly as a Pegasus.
Yep. I went with
right
Pegasus.
Now, I think honestly it's a little broken.
It's probably a little overpowered because you can just fly over all the enemies.
Yeah. So. Oh yeah, of course. Health meter, magic meter. You can choose a name, but you can have a name that has already been taken.
Yeah, it looks like the character, because you create your account, you register your account, which is a farm account on their Legends of Equestria thing. But when you create a character, you can have multiple characters, and you give each of the characters their own name as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it cares if anyone else has the same name. I could be wrong, but as far as I can tell, no.
Yeah. So also movement is okay, but like jumps are really floaty, like you can also even turn in midair and just kind of completely do a 180 in the air because of how floaty the jumps are. Yeah, and the magic meter also drains with your sprint. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's more of an energy meter, not a magic meter. So,
I mean, unicorns can teleport. You got, I guess, a magic bolt, and you can heal. And I think everyone has a ground pound. Everyone's got
the ground pound. Yeah, you start out with, for at least for me, 3 attacks, which is your ground pound. Since I'm a Pegasus, I have dual cyclone and gale.
Yeah, and there's also rainbow fields. I'm not quite sure what that is supposed to be, but it seems to grow flowers wherever you are. Like you can sit down, you can do a face hoof. There's excited. I haven't seen it actually do anything though.
I haven't actually tried using it.
And dance and lie down. So yeah, then also the world actually looks pretty good. I mean, it's a pretty good 3D realization of, Equestria, which, it's not going to be perfect. No, nothing like this is, but...
Oh, not that we can actually make a, real
there are definitely some weird...
changes in the show.
Oddities, like there's, textures, don't quite match up. Like, you could see 2 different grass fields with the 2 different colors, so you just see this sharp line where the...
Yep. I have mine on low graphics just because my machine can't handle it.
Yeah. I mean, I've got everything cranked up, and it looks really good, actually, all things considered, and... of course, there's the usual invisible walls, and you can't go here, but you can go to Ponyville or Ponydale and see Sugar Cube Corner and the Golden Oaks, R.I.P. The Carousel Boutique. You can go to Sweet Apple Acres. Apparently, Fluttershy's house is there. I haven't seen it yet, but it's there, but you can't go inside at all.
Okay.
But
I'm actually standing next to Zikora's hut.
Yeah,
forest.
That's there. You can see the castle of the 2 sisters, but you can't go to it because there's an invisible wall there. Plus, it's like there's a bunch of enemies between you and it.
It's a dragon, bunch of timberwolves, and a bunch of cockatrices
out there. We found a poison joke field. I was like, wow, that's actually there. You run through it, nothing happens. But I'm willing to bet they're planning something for that, though.
Yeah, I'm actually going to head over.
Because there's a lot of stuff in here that's in the game, but it doesn't work. Like, for example, one of the quests we found is you get 5 rubies from a mine. The problem, you're supposed to be able to mine them.
Problem is, mining system's not implemented
it's not
yet,
there,
so you have to wait for them to spawn.
Yeah, so you kind of have to go to this one spot and just with a bunch of enemies and spawn. And the problem is, some of these enemies are really powerful, so I think there's supposed to be a leveling system that is not implemented as well, like most MMOs.
So, it really helps if you go with other people.
Yeah, you need, a group. I think it's supposed to be a group thing or something, but yeah, right, so right now, if you take it all alone, you will not survive unless you're just kind of lucky.
Yeah.
And also another problem is they spawn way too fast because I've seen them die and immediately spawn back in.
Yep.
Immediately die, and then I see them pop back in. I'm like, oh, okay.
I'm wondering if it's on a timer system, independent of their death.
It might be.
That it just, at that point in time, checks if they're dead.
It should be somewhat quick just for the sake of, okay, you don't want to go through and, someone's already killed everyone.
Yeah.
But you don't want to be so fast it's feels pointless. Which at this point right now, it's so fast it feels pointless. There's a day-night cycle. Although it feels really slow.
I'm still thinking it's 1-to-1, just looking at how fast it's going.
I don't know. I'm seeing the moon slowly set, so the sun's coming up soon. But yeah.
Yeah, we're just past midnight in-game.
Well, I think it's more past midnight because according to my little clock thing, it's more like dawn right now.
Yeah, it's just getting there. So it might not be 1-to-1, but it's really slow day-night cycle.
Yeah. So yeah, this moon is setting. And I was able to see the whole thing. Now I can only see the very top of it, so... Yeah, so it's kind of cool because you can see around and look, there's Canalot, and you can go there. There's you can go to Everfree. You can go to Clouds. You can go, what is it, the Midland Fields or whatever it's called. Heartland Fields, and there's Midtown.
Yeah.
So that's just a little place. There's enemies again. I ran into a cockatrice. Thankfully they don't actually turn into stone.
I killed a whole bunch of bees.
Yeah, there's bees. There's diamond dogs. There's dragons. There's timberwolves.
Yeah, there was these weird lantern monster things in the mine.
Huh.
as well. Weird little flying lantern things.
Weird. I didn't see those.
Yeah, little black winged things.
Oh, those
those
weird
are
things.
little lantern monster things.
I don't know what the heck those are, but
I don't
those
even
are
know
like
what they are, but
way too powerful right now because like they're super fast and they take you a lot of damage before you can even do anything.
Yep.
They damage you a lot before you can really do anything. It's like,
That's why you be a Pegasus, and you can just fly past everything and they can't hurt you.
Yeah, well, that's why Pegasi
this
are
is
kind
really
of OP.
overpowered.
They need to really implement like, okay, you can't fly forever or something. I think they need to really make sure that you can't just fly forever. As much as like it kind of contradicts the show, it's for the sake of balance.
Yeah, maybe. Unless they find some other way of doing it. Maybe have the enemies more ranged.
Oh, or something like your.
It is hard to attack enemies while you're flying. I don't think you can, actually.
They have flying enemies, but don't seem to really actually fly quite yet.
Dragon was flying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm just kind of seeing. The flying enemies seem to just, they float.
Yeah, it's just kind of there's little NPCs all over the place. For the most part, they just kind of say random crap.
Yeah,
but there's, again, you just kind of walk up with them, talk to them, and see if they have
a quest.
Yeah, they give a quest. That's because we're like, are there even quests in the game yet?
Yeah.
Turns out there are.
I've heard of a few. I see people with items like
I've seen people
armor or
goggles or something. People have it, so I don't know how you get it yet, but you get it somehow.
Here you get them from quests, so
you can get them from quests, and apparently you can buy stuff. You can buy stuff. I walked up to someone who had the ability to buy things, so there are shops.
Yes. I have to figure out how to get out of this forest.
Good luck. It's pretty. Yeah, the Everfree Forest. The thing is, the map there doesn't work. I think that's intentional because I see you see your character icon just spinning in the great void. So I think it's the intention is you're supposed to get lost in there.
Yep.
Which it is easy to do. I wound up going there and going, and then I stumbled across Zekora's hut and stuff like that. So
even as a Pegasus, letting me fly is making it very difficult to navigate through here. But I think that's by design.
Disadvantage is you don't memorize the landscape, so you get lost easier.
Yeah.
Or you're kind of useless at giving directions.
Well, that's interesting. And I'm walking on the treetops.
Yeah.
There's some sort of fire going on.
Yeah, so far I don't think they're ever going to do it, but yeah, it's kind of there's no canon characters, and probably that's intentional at this point, even though they have their homes and whatnot.
Oh, there's a dragon. Someone's fighting a dragon.
Yeah, they've implemented pets, and it's funny because I see the chat box. People are constantly asking, "How do I get a pet? Where do you get your dog?" All that stuff. So you can apparently have dogs or bunnies and. Which I think there's a particular place you have to go to get them. In certain places, like Sugar Cube Corner, open like 24/7. The library only open during daylight hours. So,
yep,
that's the thing right now. Yeah, and it seems like Ponyville is pretty much the hub. Of course, that's where everyone wants to hang out because it's Ponyville.
It's Ponyville. Everyone wants to go to Ponyville.
One problem I encounter is like sometimes it's difficult to tell if it's an NPC or an actual character.
Yeah, there's no indicators telling you.
Nothing really at this point, so that's a little bit of a problem.
So I would like some way to be able to tell.
Yeah, that's definitely. We did a bit of a trade thing.
Yeah, I traded him some rubies because he was having some difficulty finding them, and I had some extras.
Or it's just buggy because you kind of have to wait, and it's just not fun.
Yeah,
you have to wait in an area with a bunch of enemies, which can kill you very quickly.
That was a little bit weird, but the inventory system I think's got some little design problems. Like there's on the inventory menu there's a buckle thing, but part of the buckle actually covers up part of your inventory. Like right now I have rubies in the top left thing, but I can't actually read how many I have because the interface is covering it up. That's a problem.
Yeah,
it doesn't. One thing I'd like to be able to do is reorganize. I don't know if they're planning on doing that or not, but you can't drag and drop things around. During the trade that I did for him, you have to right-click on the item and then add it to the trade. You can't drag them. And in order to add it, you have to add 1 or add 10 kind of a deal. It was not very intuitive.
Yeah.
So just a few things here and there that are kind of annoying. I wish hope they fix.
Yeah, there's some weird little glitches here and there about it's just odd stuff like the map screen showing up through other.
Like you open up the inventory and you can see the little map corner.
Yep, in the corner where where your character is and stuff. So
just little glitches and bugs here and there, but nothing super game breaking.
Especially as right now. Although apparently right now it's easy, it's possible to get stuck in places, and they actually have right now you can get there's a command /stuck and you pops you out.
Oh, that's
if
neat.
you get stuck somewhere, because apparently right now I almost got stuck one place.
That's useful.
Yeah, there's some oddities like earlier I was in the Everfree Forest and I saw a tree just floating off the ground. Right now there's just stuff like I saw mushrooms floating off the ground and stuff. So yeah, definitely obviously not finished.
Yeah, well then we know that it's still an alpha build. This is just kind of a server test.
It's been they've been doing this for a while now. I'm wondering when it's actually gonna be done. Is it gonna be done before the show is irrelevant?
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not.
Well, hopefully it'll be done. Hopefully it's not gonna. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Hopefully it'll be done before then.
You tried so hard, but yeah, like I said, movement's pretty fine, I guess.
The animations look. I will actually say for what there is, there's a couple animations that seem to be like missing that they haven't done yet. But for what there is, they actually look pretty good.
To be honest, also the jump is wrong. You jump and then you do the jump animation.
Some timing issues, yeah.
So it's like it's timed improperly right now.
Yeah, but right now I'm flying around, and as much as I can see with my bad frame rate, the flight animation, and the legs don't move when they probably should. The tail doesn't really move as well. The wings though are done pretty darn well.
There's a couple things like right now I'm sitting, and the tail's just clipping through the ground. It doesn't rest naturally; just clips the ground, and also eyelashes as of right now on a dark character at night. Kind of have really nasty transparency issues, so you see white around them.
Yeah, but it's usually just a large collection of minor problems that I'm seeing. Just little things that they're not game breaking, but they probably haven't fixed because they have other things to do, and it's not a big deal. So far, I think it's doing pretty darn well. I don't know if this is just on my system, but sometimes I have issues attacking, just selecting the target.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's just because of my frame rate issues. I don't know. I'm completely lost right now.
Yeah, he's stuck in the forest. It's really easy to get lost in the Everfree. Really easy. So that's one thing to watch out for if you're just looking for a good time.
Yeah, because right now I'm completely lost.
And it's also possible to teleport yourself into something, so watch out for that.
Sounds like it would not be very beneficial. I know this place. I've been here before. I think I'm going in circles.
It would not surprise me. It's the Everfree Forest. And yeah, all like Sweet Apple Acres, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to have, or Sweet Apple Orchards, as they call it. It's probably supposed to have a map, but right now it's just white.
Oh.
So right now, also at least on a 1080p screen, the maps is really tiny, so it's kind of useless. You could probably make that a little bit bigger.
Scale. Because it's bigger on my screen with a smaller.
Yeah, the problem is I think it overall is too small. I think it needs to be a little bit bigger because as of right now, it's a little tiny thing, like less than an inch.
Yeah, it could used to be bigger. There's a zoom feature.
There's a zoom, but how useful is that really? Because you just one thing they do have which is nice, is you can either lock it so that it always orients with you, or unlock it so it's always static with north at the top. That's nice.
One thing that would be cool to have is the ability to click it and make the map larger. Just expand it so it covers up more of your screen, just so you can quickly figure out which direction you need to go before shrinking it down. I think some other MMOs have that feature.
Yep, it is now dawn because the sky's turning pink.
Yes, it is. Hey, that means here pretty soon I'll have a sense of direction.
You don't have any sense of direction.
Oh. Yeah. I think it's shaping up.
Yeah, it's got some decent stuff. I mean, it's not horribly broken, despite the fact it's in an alpha.
Yeah.
It's usable for the most part. I mean, it's you're still adding stuff. I was able to create a decent character, I guess.
Better than my joke character.
Yeah, he made a Mountain Dew character. I'm not kidding. It's named Mountain Dew. It's green.
Yeah, we found a picture of a Mountain Dew OC, and I tried styling it as best as I could.
He likes
green and green.
I made an attempt to ponify Nemesis Prime, the actual Transformer, and it's difficult because how the color scheme works on him. So
I think I may have found the exit to Ponyville on accident.
Oh, good.
I was just flying through a tree, and it randomly teleported me.
Oh.
We'll see where I end up.
You probably die. Oh, yeah, when you die, you faint.
Yeah, you don't die, you faint. Kind of fall over wherever you
faint, and then you usually snap back to the beginning of wherever you fainted at.
The last portal you went through.
Well, not necessarily. Just not necessarily the last portal.
but sort of. It's interesting. I don't know how
It's
they
like
have it
basically at where the area beginning, because like I came back from Zakura's hut. I died because Zakura's in a different part of the Everfree, so it's a different zone.
Yeah.
I fainted, and then it snapped me back to the entrance by Ponydale. So
I did find the entrance back, and there is some person lying on the ground and sliding.
oh, fun. Yeah. That's,
oh yeah,
that's
and
a,
when you kill
live
enemies,
thing.
they drop chests.
Yeah, sometimes.
And
those you just have bits in them.
Yeah, those. But it doesn't actually say anything when you get bits.
Yeah,
it doesn't say what you get. You have to look in your inventory to see what you got.
Which you shouldn't be doing when you're fighting enemies. So
yeah, it would be nice to have like an indicator. But hey, I did find my way out of the forest. I'm back in Ponydale. Hooray!
So you can also find people and befriend them by going up to them and just add friend.
Right click add friend.
Of course, we heard someone say that didn't work for them. So
yeah, I was sorry we got it to work later. I don't know what was going on.
And what it does after that is it just kind of adds a little F in front of the name, just so you know. Oh, hey, there's my friend.
Yep.
Especially if they're using a different character. I believe it. I would assume it keeps track across characters if they're in because you got multiple characters per account.
Yeah, I don't know. I only have one character. We haven't been able to test that yet. I will say if you're running low quality graphic settings like I am, you can't actually read people's names.
You do the low quality, yeah.
If I'm at lowest quality, and you can't actually read people's names at that point. They're just blurs above them.
I guess that's one thing is like how well does this scale? Because that's one thing MMOs usually set us to do is make it so it's scaled down to potatoes.
Yeah. Well, I think nowadays that you can expect anyone to run this to have hardware acceleration, which I do not.
That's
my
not
machine
really his
is
fault
not
entirely.
a standard. It's not my fault, but it's not the game's fault. I can't blame the game for my potato computer.
Yeah, and, there's it's got a pretty standard MMO interface, hotkeys, all that stuff. So it's interesting. It's shaping up. I just hope it gets done before it's irrelevant.
Yeah, that is a worry. I hope
or gets C indeed.
Oh, that would bite.
Because they're kind of avoiding it a little bit by like, oh, this is not Ponyville, this is Ponydale, but no canon characters are appearing. But the fact they call it Legends of Equestria, I think that's one of those things they probably should just go ahead and change the name.
Yeah, possibly.
I think there needs to be like a clearer stuff about I think the leveling system is not implemented yet. I'm hoping if there is one that will be implemented and we can see just oh wow, no wonder I was having such difficulty with these enemies. They're level 10 and I'm only level 1.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's fun to explore right now. There's again not much to do, so most of it you're just kind of hanging out with people and goofing off and just looking around.
I'll say it again. I think it's shaping up fairly well.
Yeah, looks nice, especially since they added apparently good shaders and anti-aliasing. So those are not there apparently before. So you can go first person if you want. It's even got a little. Head bob.
You scroll. You can scroll in and out, and you scroll far enough. It goes into first person move,
which is nice.
Yep. Oh, head bob.
Yeah. I'm not sure what special abilities Earth ponies have. Neither of us have touched Earth ponies really. So.
Yeah, I don't know.
Earth ponies.
Mud ponies.
Oh, that's racist. Yeah, so I think one criticism I have, day-night cycle right now is a little too long.
Possibly, yeah.
It feels a little too long. You're just kind of often just sitting there waiting for stuff to happen. And I think it's pretty obvious they do not allow you to use canon character names because a lot of people are trying to get around and I just saw Miss Ravity. I've seen a Princess Lulu. I've seen a Trixie Lulumoon, except without the E at the end.
Yeah, Trixie, Trixi. So
there's, and also the jump's really oddly just floaty. There was one point I actually was jumping around a hill, but I wasn't actually ever landing. So yeah.
I just fly.
I was flying as a unicorn.
Flittershy.
Yeah, some call themselves Dr. Flittershy and so on. So
yeah, I think they block the canon names. But that would make sense, or else everyone would be canon name characters.
Yep. Trying to be their favorite pony.
Yep.
And it made it so you can't really totally recreate most of the characters. You can technically recreate Pinky, but...
Yeah, they've got her
You've got pretty much everything you need to recreate Pinky, and Rarity.
Yeah, I've seen a couple Pinkies. There was a dance party going on in Sugar Cube Corner.
Yep. So... Yeah, it's on my system, loading time is actually pretty quick, and there's actually some funny little blurbs on the loading screens.
Yeah, you get little quotations here and there.
Yeah, about friendship, and sometimes you just get little silly things like,
Like the fact that a horse's teeth never stop growing.
Yeah, stuff like that. Or like watching horses tumble and then telling you that, tumbler.
Check the tumble, yes.
Sometimes loading times are fast. And like I said, sometimes it's unstable. Like if y'all tab out of it too long, it will kind of crash. Like it'll just kind of hang at a black screen, and sometimes it'll come back, sometimes it will not. So watch out for that. The chat box right now, it doesn't scroll properly. Oh look, there's someone who recreated Twilight, someone tried to recreate Twilight and did actually a pretty good job. And Twilight Stela. So yeah, it lets you actually use the word Twilight. Yeah, someone actually did a pretty good job recreating Twilight. It's not perfect because, well, her main style's her tail style's not in the game. Her main style's kind of in the game, but it's not totally accurate. Like I said, it looks more like mod. So it's interesting. It seems like it'll shape up to be something great.
Yeah, it's definitely something I'm going to be keeping an eye on.
Yeah, and I've kind of ignored it before because, again, it's like I'm not really into MMOs, but it seems like it could be a fun thing, especially if it's free.
Yeah,
it'll have to be free.
Yeah, free MMO. I've played a couple here and there. I've played a little bit of WoW, a little bit of Guild Wars. It's definitely something you want to play with friends.
Well, one thing they really probably should do possibly is right now when you rotate, you just kind of...
Yeah, there's no animation for when you turn, so you just kind of slide.
Yeah, I wish they'd add an actual... But I understand why, but I wish you could just turn on an option for, like, mouse look. That'd be nice.
I did see something in there about mouse look.
Huh.
But there's a couple options that aren't working that I've found.
Yeah.
Like X is supposed to toggle flight, and it doesn't seem to be working for me.
Yeah.
So...
Head look, left alt.
Yeah, head look is supposed to be left alt.
And... that doesn't seem to do anything. Same with there's a button you press it says Z and sit down, and that doesn't work. So
yeah,
a lot of stuff ain't working.
Doesn't seem to be hooked up yet.
Yep. So
yeah, looks like someone's got leg warmers.
Yeah. So this is fun. Yep. And of course, there's a bunch of people sitting around. Oh, there's a pinky. Yep, that's a pinky.
And it's fairly well done, pinky. It looks like.
Yeah, they did a good job with that pinky.
Although probably color matched.
Yep, and they even got a cutie mark that looks like a party key mark. It's not balloons, but it fits as a party motif.
There's a colorful confetti. There is a whole bunch of cutie marks available in the creator. You can't upload your own, but they do have a fair amount there.
Yeah.
Though I did notice some of them are really, really big.
Yeah.
And get clipped off of the side just because they're too big.
Yeah, they really need to fix that. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a couple little things.
It's just all the.
This is not from this is just alpha. This is a design thing that needs to be fixed.
Yeah. Well, some of them are alpha, but yeah.
Yeah, no, but some of it's not so much. It's from being out. It's not because it's an alpha. It's because this needs to be fixed because it's not a good design.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still need to figure out how to get these accessories. So yeah, it's fun.
It's fun. I would recommend it next time you get a chance, because by the time you hear this, the open weekend will be over.
Yeah.
So next time it's open, I'd recommend giving it a shot.
Yeah, if you can get it.
I mean, see if there's new stuff going on.
It's getting more and more stable as time goes on too. So.
Yeah. I mean, I'm running it on a really bad system, and it's running. It's slow.
And I also remember before, like constantly, it was like impossible again because it crashed a lot.
Yeah. I haven't had it crash once.
Or the server would crash, or the server you couldn't get in because the server is just overloaded. And
yeah, we had one while we've been playing.
One of the servers restarted for stability issues.
Yeah, but it didn't crash. The mods actually said, "All right, everyone, we're restarting it."
We were kicked out.
So
rude.
Yep. But then two more servers showed up. So
yeah, so now there's a total of 6. Before there was just 4. So, and 2 of them are offline.
Yeah.
So that's, I guess, enough rambling about Legend of Equestria. It's just, we thought, why not?
This seems fun.
It's like it just kind of dropped in our laps and helps us, have something to talk about that just isn't, let's just do this again, or please hiatus end. I'm running out of ideas. So but moving on, I guess, to fan content.
Yep.
I don't have a fic this week because, I had a fic, but I looked and I was like, it's really just started. I don't know where direction it's going in yet, but it seems interesting. I'll keep an eye on it, see if it goes anywhere. But he does have one song.
I have a song. I almost didn't, but it showed up just early this morning, actually. So, lucky me. The song I have is Together by Fuzogs. once or twice.
I believe
This
it's
is
only once.
This is pretty similar to the other stuff that he's done. It's happy, cheerful, upbeat, and yet still a bit calming at the same time, just because it has that smooth feel to it. Can't really place it in a genre either. It's kind of tough with his stuff.
Yeah.
He uses a whole bunch of vocal clips, mainly from the Let the Rainbow Remind You, so that's where it gets his name too. I thought it was pretty good. What did you think?
Well, I mean, I actually pretty much enjoyed it. I mean, it was Let the Rainbow Remind You, but then you start hearing stuff from other songs, like, and stuff, and it just opens up with the bit from Magical Mystery Cure, A Mark of One's Destiny, Singled All Alone, Fulfilled.
Yes.
And then you get the rainbow stuff, and then you get, let's see, what I heard, True Friend, I think, was in there.
I think they put a little bit.
I heard a little bit of that. I heard A Friend for Life from Equestria Girls.
Yes.
I think I heard another song. I'm trying to remember what it was, though, and it's driving me up the wall now. I can't think of it. But I'm pretty sure I heard at least another song, so that's at least 3 songs, plus just vocal clips, and it's got a really nice little just arrangement of the whole thing, because it's not a straightforward song, that's for sure.
No, it's not. But
it's not like it's
works.
a straightforward remix, but it works really well, and I really actually enjoyed it quite a bit. I was surprised.
Yep.
So, yeah, go check that one out for sure.
Yep, it's a free download too. Just check it out.
Free download, don't have to go to Bandcamp or anything, or buy it.
It's on Bandcamp. I think it's probably a pay.
It's one of those.
But it's also there's a MediaFire and EQ Beats link.
There you go.
So there you go. I do have one little note.
Oh, right, almost forgot.
It's not really a song. It is sort of a song. It's kind of a mix of song and news. Archie, old-time musician in our fandom who's done a lot of progressive house stuff, which I do enjoy. He's had some health issues. He's got a cyst on his spine that's growing, and it's becoming life-threatening because it's pressing on stuff. But there's an album that he's been working on called The Desolation of Archie. His name is Deso.
Right.
It's a compilation of a whole bunch of different artists, and they're coming together as a kind of a tribute / fundraiser kind of album to help him pay for the medical stuff, because he's got to go through a pretty serious surgery. It's got a whole bunch of people like Aftermath, Art Attack, Eurobeat Brony, JB, Knife Pony, Omni, Silva, Tombstone. They're all doing a big tribute album that it's going to come up August 16th. So I would highly recommend going and checking that out and helping him out. And 24 hours before that airs, Ponyville FM is actually going to be streaming it. So you might want to tune in. That's 1 p.m. Eastern, Saturday, August 16th.
Yeah, so I think next week.
Yeah.
Yes. So
you might want to tune into that. I would recommend it.
So, yeah, do that. Help buy the album. There. So, that's the end of this episode. If you liked us rambling and maybe want to hear us more rambling, or actually maybe something more cohesive, because, again, experimenting a little, because we were playing the game while talking about it.
Yes.
You can tune into past and future episodes on pony411.libsyn.com. All of them listed there. You can also go to YouTube. That's youtube.com/pony411. Or you can subscribe on iTunes. Search for Pony411. Find us. Find our big yellow and blue logo. Subscribe. There you go. You can also, of course, listen to us on Ponyville FM. That is every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. And, live. That's where, as of right now, for the duration of the hiatus, that's where we're premiering. So if you wanted the first listen, there it is. You can contact us. We're by email, pony411podcast@gmail.com. Comments, criticisms, questions, all that stuff. You can also go via Facebook, like us there, facebook.com/pony411, or Twitter. That's where we're usually the most active. We're at pony411. Or personal Twitters. I'm at Nemesis Prime 1. He's at Alca7raz with an underscore at the end and a 7 instead of a T. Follow us. We're not that active at the times, but sometimes I go kind of a little crazy. Say something. I talk about Guardians of the Galaxy. By the way, go see that. It's amazing.
I will be doing that soon.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's it for this week. Tune in next week. We will be doing something else. I think I have a good idea, but not set in stone yet. So, just till then, though, please pony responsibly, guys. Bye.